today we are going to learn about how to write a simple Java program in Maven. So for that, what I have is IntelliJ. So there's the latest community version I have, but you can use IntelliJ or any other IDE you want to use. There's another one called Eclipse. It's up to your preference. So, but I like to use IntelliJ, so I'm gonna use that. So what I have is a couple of options. So I say I want to create a new project, or if you have any existing one you want to import, then you can also do that. But since this is a beginner course, so I'm gonna say let's create a new project. So it's gonna pop up a window for me, and you can see it has a lot of options like Java, Maven, Gradle, Android. What kind of project you want to create? So I say I want to use Maven, and just make sure that you have correct SDK setup. So I'm using currently Java 1.8 version, but you can use the latest one, which is 11 or any later version than that. But I just want to use 1.8, which is there installed in my machine. So I'll just go with that. Okay, so now first is to create. You set up your couple of information in the Maven project. So that's that. So I call this project as a hello world demo. Let's say demo, right? And I call this group ID as, let's say, org.conc learning demo, right? So under this group ID I have the same artifact name, which is as same as my project name. Version, I'm just gonna keep it 1.2 snapshot, but as soon as your project proceeds, you're gonna keep changing the version, so you have always new version but deploy the new project. Okay, so say click on finish. So let's see what I get. Okay, all right. So in the Maven project, something the very important file, we call it as a POM file, where you actually manage all your different DCs and all your packaging information. So you can see that whatever group ID name and the RFID name I provided in the initial configuration, everything came up here. If you have dealing with a complex project, so you want to use like dependencies, and you can define all dependencies here, right? Like all the information. But in this, since I'm using very basic hello world, so I don't need any dependencies. Java is the only dependency I needed that I already configured in the beginning, right? Okay, so on the left hand side I see a couple of folders .ade, which is basically configuration files managed by IntelliJ. So I'm mostly inserted into source main in this Java directory, right? So whenever you write any program, there's going to be inside your Java class, and then your test will go here, and then this is your form file, which I just explained, right? The new one step you want to do next is you want to create a Java class, but in the this is not a very standard industry best practice. While writing any developing any Java application, so you create a package first. So let's say I call this package as com.learning dot I can give any name, let's say demo, I say, right? So okay, now I have one package called demo. You can create as many as packages you want based on what you do, but let's say I just want to use this one. So in this package I'm going to say, okay, create a class for me. So I'm say my class name should always begin with the capital letter. My class name is going to be hello world. You can create interface and annotation, anything you want, but I just say I want to create hello world class. Okay, so my class is created here. You can see this is what is coming. I'm just gonna try zoom this bigger to make it more easy, right? Okay, so if you want to give some description, you can just see / double star, and then there's a author name you give. My name is Shashi, so I'm going to say Shashi. If you want to give some description, you can this is demo class, right? Okay, now you need to define your main method. So the shortcut for this, you just type psvm and press enter. It will give a main method for you, right? This is very classic and simplest way to write it. You can also go and type it if you don't remember the shortcut, but I probably use this one. And then okay, so I have class set up, I have the main method set up, I'm good to go and write any code. So let's say I want to print something, so I say s out, which is system.out.println, and then inside this I'm gonna say hello YouTube, right? Function, that's it. Okay, so when you are working with the bigger projects, you might want to compile and make sure that there is no error. So in the right hand side you see a Maven here, and then you say I want to compile this project, so just to make sure there is no error, so I type Maven clean and compile, and see there's it's been a pop-up, and then I can say build success. So that means there's no error, everything's working fine with the map pom file. I'm good to run this class, right? So one way is to just right click on this class and say run with hello world, or you can also add configuration here and then define your run configuration. So for this demo I'm just say use run hello world, and okay, just what you get. Oh, perfect, there's no error, and I get hello YouTube printed on this screen. So this was the easiest and way to set up your class, and then set up your Maven, and then you uh, in normally industry you want to set up your test classes as well, but for this I'm gonna just say I'm going to leave with this one, right? This is how you do it when you go for any bigger or any more standardized projects. You always set up a package, you always set up a class, you all set up your dependencies, and then you are actually good to go. Guys, thank you very much. If you like the video, uh, thanks for watching. Thank you.